Hello there, and welcome back to another week on the Solve Ruled podcast. I am your host, Hannah Holden, and this is your source to accelerate your self-belief and become the person that you're meant to be. This week, I'm feeling so excited to be back and do a little bit of a reset with you. We are pretty much at the halfway point in the year, and I don't know how I just kind of blinked and that happened. I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling that way. And I think this is a good time to look back at how far I've come. Maybe you want to do the same and kind of recenter on the intentions that I had at the beginning of the year and where maybe I need to reset, recenter around those to finish the next 6 months strong. So that is going to be the title of this episode, Your Next Six, or the next six. So at the beginning of the year, I want to share that I spent some time by myself on New Year's. It was a day or two that I just spent in my own presence in my apartment by myself. I didn't go out on New Year's Eve because I really wanted to sit and drink in the energy of the new year and really spend some time with myself and get clarity on what my intentions were. And I remember having this thought of, what if another year goes by and nothing changes? And I did feel a bit of fear just thinking about that. And I'm not saying this to scare you into change, but I think sometimes we have to have those reality check moments where we pause and we ask ourselves, if I were to wake up 6 months from now and nothing in my life changed, how would I feel? If I were to wake up a year from now and nothing in my life changed, how would I feel? Because this can give us a lot of indication as to how we're living our life. Are we satisfied? Are we living in alignment with the person we're wanting to become, the growth that we see for ourselves? And because growth, progress is a human need, we have this desire and need to always be growing in some way. And it might not look the same for everybody because different things for different people. We might have different focuses. We might be in different seasons of our life. But at the end of the day, I think that we all want to be able to look back and see that something changed, something progressed, we grew. Maybe it's that internal journey, that self-growth journey. Maybe it's in our relationships. Maybe it's in our careers or business. So regardless of whatever season you're in or what's most important to you right now, I think this could be a good opportunity to hit the pause button and reflect on the past 6 and then your next 6. So one other thing I wanted to say as I kind of back into this episode is that the future is created in the present. So a lot of times we kind of put the future way out there of, oh, someday I'll get to that, or someday I'll do that, or I'll get started on that. And we don't realize that it's actually the little things that we do repeatedly that stack up to our future. It's what we do consciously or very often unconsciously every day that determines the person that we're becoming. So I really want you to think about, imagine it's 6 months from now. It's the beginning of January. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want to see different? So some questions you could ask yourself are, who do I want to be? And maybe you've already thought about this and you're clear, but sometimes, no matter how many times you've had this thought to yourself, it can be good to come back to it, to just reground in, who do I want to be? And once you get that clarity, once you catch that glimpse, that vision of who it is you want to be, who you want to be in your family, who you want to be in your relationship, who you want to be at work or in your career, who you want to be in any community that you're a part of, whatever it is, who do you want to be? Once you catch a glimpse of that vision again of who it is that you want to be, then you can start to ask yourself some other questions. And this is something I've been doing with myself a lot lately is I will ask myself, who do you want to be? And I'll catch a glimpse of her. I'll catch a glimpse of the woman that I'm becoming, the woman that I want to be. And I will ask myself, what would she be doing right now? And I think I might have mentioned this in another recent episode. So there might be a little bit of repeat, but now I've been doing this a lot because I think it just helps me get really clear on where my energy might be going in the right places and where it's probably going in the wrong places altogether. So you can ask yourself, what would they be doing? What would he, she, they, what would they be doing? What would that person be doing? And then what are their non-negotiables? Because a lot of times we get sucked into doing so many things, like I said, that just don't really matter, that maybe aren't priority, that aren't actually relevant to the person that we want to become. So when you think about who you're becoming, what are their non-negotiables? What are the things that they make sure happen every day or every week or every month because it is critical to their success of being the person that they want to be? How do they spend their time? That person you can picture, how do they spend their time? Who do they spend it with? What daily actions do they take in the direction of what they want, in the direction of the person that they're becoming? How do they show up? And this could be in every possible way. How do they show up? How do they show up at work? How do they show up in their marriage? How do they show up online? Whatever it is, for their kids. How do they show up? And I really want to just come back to this idea of imagine it is January 2026. Can't believe we're already talking about that. But imagine it's January 2026. What is different about your life? What do you know is different about your life? And I felt I had to do this exercise since I'm doing it on the podcast and share what is different for me in January 2026. So I wrote down that I have new clients and I am down 6 pounds and that I have deeper relationships. Those are 3 things that I know are going to be different in 6 months. And the reason I can write those down and feel so confident that those are going to come to pass is because of the actions I'm taking to make that happen. So I know that I am doing the little things that stack up over time that will lead to those outcomes, either by then or sooner. I am doing the little things daily, weekly, monthly that will lead inevitably to those outcomes. Whether it be the walking and the drastic nutritional shifts that I've taken, going to the gym, all those pieces of the health and fitness, the work that I'm doing in business development, putting myself out there, going to networking events, speaking engagements, I know that that's going to lead to more clients. It will. And the deeper relationships, just really not just setting the intention to have more connection and have deeper relationships, but taking action by making plans with people, taking action by being a leader in the community, by actually taking the lead and creating events for people to go to. Now, maybe not a million of them, but actually putting myself out there and becoming someone that other people can get pulled in by, creating space in the community for people to come together. So these are things that I feel fully confident that in January, that's what's going to be different. So I hope that for you, you're thinking about what is it that I want to see different in 6 months, and then really get honest with yourself. Am I doing the things that I really need to be doing so that I can feel that full confidence that those things will come to be? And if the answer is no, that's okay, because I am doing this reset because I see myself when I start to drift. And one thing I'll say is that sometimes when we're drifting, it is not clear right away. And this is something I've probably learned the hard way, is that sometimes when we're drifting off the path of what it is we really want, the direction we're really trying to go, is that we don't notice it right away. It's like we think that things just happen with one good day or one bad day, but they actually happen when we do the same repeated things over and over again. And a lot of times we don't even realize we're on course or off course until some time has gone by. And I guess an example I would give of this is that you could be planting seeds every day in the direction of the things you want. You could be planting the seeds of, I'm going to get my movement in every day. I'm going to make, efforts towards business development every day. Whatever the seeds are you're planting. And they might not come to be right away because you're planting seeds and you're nurturing those seeds, and eventually they come to be. So you don't always see the progress right away. But the flip side is true, that when you're not planting seeds, you don't always see the negative effect of that right away. When you're, let's say, not doing the things in alignment with the direction you want to go, maybe you're repeatedly skipping the healthy things you know you should be doing. Maybe you're avoiding doing the work that you know you need to be doing. Again, this applies to any area of your life, but sometimes we don't even notice we don't even notice the harmful effects of that until some time has gone by, because life just doesn't work that way, where we have one good day or one bad day and we feel the effects of it. It's what we consistently do. It's the habits that we have. So now is a great time. And I hope that this encourages you, because you've got your next 6 months. What do you want to be different? What, if anything, in your life would you like to see growth in? Would you want to see different in 6 months? And then what do you know you need to be doing right now? How would that person be showing up today so that you can look forward and say, I know in 6 months that these things are going to be different? All right. Short and sweet. 6 month check-in. I'm probably going to do this again in January and just do another reset for myself and for you. I remember at the beginning of January, I talked about how to become self-ruled in 2025. And it's a great time to just revisit those intentions, put yourself at the center of your life, figure out what you really want, and go make it happen. All right. Thank you so much for joining this week, and I will talk to you next time.